So if you observe the same thing what we did already in the EVNG, like in the other videos, you will see how it exactly, how you exactly do these things on the EVNG. Now here we'll be seeing how to do the same thing on the GNS3 here. So the prerequisite, as you need to have the GNS3 running here, and also the VMware where you have this GNS3 VM is running on this. And likewise, you also have the images already uploaded, the vManager, the vSmart, and the vEdge Cloud, which is also the vBound, will be uploaded so that you can simply drag and drop the devices. So if you just get back to my topology here, now this is my server where I'm doing the labs, and this is my topology where I need to have these 3 devices connected through the switches. Now again, I already expect you to know how you do these things. So we need to have this vBound and the vManager, and then of course the vSmart. So these are the 3 devices we'll be using, the vManager and the vSmart and the vBound. So we already uploaded the images, so we'll simply drag and drop the devices. And then we will be connecting these devices to the network that is connecting to your management networks, like we'll be using Ethernet 0 here. Now this Ethernet 0 is on the VPN 512, which is going to be my management. And this will be on the VPN 0, which is going to be my transport VPN. So we'll talk about these 2 VPNs, what exactly they are. They are just like VRFs, kind of a VLAN kind of separation where you have 2 separate networks. So I'm going to provide the connectivity. Now here, in this case, you can either use a normal IOU devices, or you can just use the iOS device, or you can use the IOU devices, whichever is available. Like in my case, I can simply go ahead and connect them to a normal switch network as well. Like if you see here, I do have some normal unplugged switches. I can use this, or even I can use an IOU device. Or if you want to just minimize the CPU resources, you can just use any 3600 series iOS device. Let me just configure this slots. Now here you need to use this Ethernet slot 16WE. This is the Ethernet slot which you can use for connecting. So I can duplicate this. I can configure this as a switch 1. This is going to simulate my switch 1. If you want to change the symbols, you can also change the symbols, I think. From here, probably not required. So I'm just going to use this, and I'll try to duplicate the same device here, which is going to be my switch 2. Now we'll be connecting these ports. As per my topology, you can see there is an Ethernet 0, Ethernet 1. So I'll be connecting all Ethernet 0s on this side. So you should not connect this to this port. These are the router ports. Slot 1, these are my Ethernet ports. So I'm connecting port number 1 here, and then port number Ethernet 0 connecting on port number 2. And likewise, now here you can see there is a management port. We can just go ahead and use that management port here. So in terms of physical connectivity, we can do either way. Now we need to know the exact ports, because these are the same ports what we'll be using for our interface configurations. So in my case, I'll be using this for the management, connecting on port number 3. And likewise, the port number 1 connecting on F1 by 1. And then Ethernet 1 connecting on F1 by 2. And likewise, the GE0 by 0 interface, or the GE0 by 1 interface. So now we need to know the exact ports which we are connecting. Now I'll try to use the Ethernet port only. So I'll use G0 by 0 on this side, probably, and then G0 by 1 on the other side. So now this is something, again, you have to check with the documentation here, but whatever the ports you connect, you need to make sure that you also assign the IP configuration according to that. Now that's something we need to know. Anyway, in the future, if required, we'll try to change, but as of now, I'm trying to connect them to the interfaces. So I can see the labels here. These are the labels to which they connect. Now, once you do this, you can simply go ahead and start these devices. So of course, it's better to start one by one. It uses a little bit of more RAM normally. So we can just wait for these devices to finish up the booting process and start one by one. Now, once these devices get started, you can see the CLI, the booting process will come up. We can open up the consoles and we need to wait for the devices to boot up. If you want to change the names, we can just change the names as well. Let us start the switches as well. Now the switches are just like the virtual switches kind of thing. We can create the VLANs and we can manage them. You can also use the IVU switches here, or you can just use the normal IOS routers with a switch port. So in my case, let's wait for this device. So there is some issue. Let me check. Now here you can see the issue was like it uses 32 GB of RAM. That's something the default allocation, but my GNS3 VM is having only 14 MB of RAM. So I just need to modify a little bit. I went to configuration and I changed the RAM here. That's something I did because 4 GB, I think that will be sufficient for the devices to operate in this case. So you can just go with the default RAMs. Here you can see it uses the 4 GB RAM, the default here. And even you can see this uses roughly 2 GB RAM for this. And this was default using 32 GB, which was not sufficient as per my GNS3 VM. So if you just check my GNS3 VM machine, this VM machine is actually configured with my, if I just go to the settings, I think I have set the RAM. As you can see, the memory, this is 16 GB. So basically, you can just increase the RAM. I think 16 GB will be fine because if you're running any 32 to 64 GB RAM, that should be fine. Or else, in case if it is required, you can just go ahead and increase this a little bit later on. So as of now, I don't think so it is required because I can see the devices boots up and even I can see the CLI comes up. And also I'm expecting the vManager to come up during the booting process. And also I'll try to open up the console for these switches as well. Now, once you set up these things, once you are setting up these things, there will be no difference whether once you get into the CLI, whether you are using the EVNG software or whether you are using the GNS3. But at the end, the CLI configuration remains the same. Because as you move on, like as you move on with your workbook or even with our training videos, so this is the only part will change, the EVNG SD-WAN lab setup. So the one which I'm showing you right now is the same SD-WAN topology setup based on the GNS3, where we are adding the devices, and we did that. And in case of EVNG, you need to add the devices this way. And once you do that, once you are in the command line, everything remains the same. Like if you just see the next labs where you see the vManager CLI configuration, you just go to the console and then you log into the admin user. And from here onwards, it doesn't matter whether you are using the EVNG or the GNS3 setup. So these things will change. So let me just quickly see if my device is ready or not. So once the device is ready, I think we can go ahead. Now here you can see the switch site configuration. So there will be slight changes in the configurations as you progress because of the change in the port numbers, but obviously everything remains the same.